Record.
Okay, we're recording. Okay, so welcome along, everybody. My name is David Marshall, and today we're going to look at how to get leads and clients faster and easier, the back end of 2023. If you're seeing this live and you're coming on, it's going to be about 30 minutes, something like that. If it's a recording on Facebook, type in replay. And if you're interested in getting some help with leads and also making more money online, which is cool, then let me know. So we're going to go through some slides, but also some conversation. It's got some people dropping in here. I'm just going to let some people in. And people will drop in and out throughout the whole thing. Hi, Deanna.
Hey there, it's actually Dina, but thank you.
Sorry, Dina. How
It's
are you?
okay, it looks like Deanna. I was named after my dad, Dean, Dina.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. That's cool. Well, welcome along. There's just you and me at the minute, people watching on Facebook, and then some people will drop in and out as we go. So do you have, so what business do you run, Dina? Just promote yourself for a minute.
DCC Hypnosis, NLP, DCC Hypnosis, NLP, and life coaching. It's a neuro-linguistic programming and life coaching, and I'm also a hypnosis and neuro-linguistic programming instructor.
All right.
Certified
Brilliant.
in both. I do a little bit of healing, mindset,
Right.
goals, all that.
Lovely. Yeah, I love NLP. I love hypnosis, but I also love NLP. I think NLP.
It is cool when you combine them.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, if there's a chat somewhere, or if you're on Facebook or, put your link into your website. You'd never know who will be watching. All right, so we're gonna jump on, go through, and people will drop in and out. Most people will watch this on the replay. So let's go from there. So let's see. And if you've got any questions, if you are live on Facebook or on here, then just jump in. So who is this for? These are for coaches, trainers, hypnotherapists, that type of thing, who are using Facebook to build their business and essentially get more leads and more clients and make more money. And the goal of this is to speed up and make it easier for everybody to do that. So there's a lot of friction with lead generation on Facebook, kind of with messaging stuff. And there's a lot of friction just all around, particularly when people are trying to kind of connect with people. There's a lot of suspicion. And what we're going to do today is kind of be able to cut through all that and create something that's really fun, really interesting, and just gets rid of the friction. So if you want to speed up how quickly you get new clients, this is for you. And if anybody knows me, they know that this is all about fast action, taking action and having a good time when you're doing it. So move on to the next one. So the question is, if you're here, who wants leads and also sales? And let's have a look.
Now is this part of incorporating the new meta models and everything like that? Because that's where I'm having a lot of trouble is maneuvering through that.
Yeah, I mean, it's do you mean the new kind of Facebook algorithm, as it were, the professional one?
Yeah, I'm not liking it.
Right. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, we're not going to go into too many details, but we can at another point go through that. So we're going to go kind of high level strategy today.
Okay.
But essentially, I mean, if you've got questions, I can cover them as we go. But what we're going to do is just go through first what the processes are and what's working for us, what's working for me, my clients, and that type of thing. So, but have you got the professional mode on Facebook?
Well, I've tried to download it, incorporate it, but I'm having trouble maneuvering through it. And yeah, so that's why I was asking, because when I changed, they kind of forced me to change out of the regular Facebook, business page to the meta model or the meta. And it's so hard to maneuver through. And
right.
Yeah, even creating events or just establishing things is just a lot harder for me to know who I can how I can. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, I think.
Okay, well, we'll go through this, and then if you want to jump on separately to get really granular about it, then we can do that as well. So that's all good. Amy, hello, welcome along. So, okay, so let's move through this. So, so essentially this is about leads and sales at the end of the day, and combining a 3-step system. And the 3-step system is, if I move this over, it's one that combines the new Facebook kind of algorithm, if you like, the fact that they've moved into being very much in competition with, Amy Cox says hello, very much in competition with TikTok and with Instagram. So they've really changed their kind of model, if you like, and that is to benefit for us, as long as you can make it work, which we will help you out with. So Facebook essentially is really trying to push the personal profile and the content that you're putting on Facebook, and it's really doing its best. And certainly through being more focused in what I'm doing on Facebook with the professional algorithm, then my reach has increased massively. So maybe it's to do with this idea of really getting focused. So let's have a look at what that is first, and then we'll go from there. So a little bit about me, which is, so that's me there. It's my children, Claire with her new drum. She loves drumming. But essentially, I've been online since 1997. So I was a healer. I started healing in 1995, sorry. Opened up a healing center in Hitchin, UK, North London here, and built my first website in 1997.
What type of healing did you do, David?
I just found I could do it. I had a bit of I first had kind of spiritual, kind of out of body experiences since the age of 3. That's very common, and is, continues. And I just found I went around somebody's house and played around and found that it worked. So it was.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the time I was working with Whitbread, managing about 14 restaurants, something like that. And if the member of staff would come in and go, "Hey, I've got a headache," I'd go, "Oh, get over here. Let's get rid of your headache." And it just worked, which was crazy at the time, but really good.
I do a little bit of pranic healing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Energy. Yeah. That type of thing. And so from there, I just opened up a healing center, and essentially was a full-time healer for 10 years. So that was my job.
Nice.
It was very good. Wrote a few books that I sell online. Now kind of do that in balance with the kind of marketing. I tend to work with people in the health and wellness business industry. And I was a hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner for, I still am to a degree. And I've just started a new site called quantumtrancestates.com. And so my main business is Easy Funnels, all about getting results with the funnel business. I've got the high ticket marketing system, podcast marketing system, Conscious Creation Academy, all the very out there, weird and wonderful spiritual stuff. And I'm launching a couple of other businesses as well. So that's me. That's what I do. And my goal really is to just have as best time as I possibly can, frankly. I tend to find marketing in itself a little bit boring. I don't want to sit on a computer all day at all, although I do sit on a computer for many days, but I don't want to do that. I prefer to get results much more quickly. And so that's what this is all about. So here's a bit of my kind of background income just from this year from 3 accounts there. So it just shows you've got the dates there. So I'm making money online there, a little bit there. And this is what's coming through, just been paid, and what's coming through over the next couple of days. So that's all income, and it all comes from one way or another. It comes from these.
Sorry.
It's okay. No worries. From there. So let's go through quizzes. Okay. So the reason that we are kind of looking at quizzes in this program is because it's by far the smoothest way for anyone to get a lead. And I've been implementing quizzes in my own business and also in my clients' businesses for a little while. And the combination of the new Facebook, what it's doing, and AI, ChatGPT, which I'm going to show you, and also the combination of being able to put that in with Easy Funnels with a kind of lead generation system has just it's just been absolutely amazing. And so that's what we're sharing. That's what we're going to go through. And if anyone's tried to get leads online, maybe through messaging or Facebook ads or whatever it is, there's friction involved. And if you can make somebody give you their details and kind of entertain them at the same time and inspire them and segment them into a particular audience while they're interested and curious and, there's no friction, then man, you can really, really absolutely clean up. And so that's what we're talking about. So a little tiny bit of background. So Facebook quizzes, they were around a lot more than they are now, but essentially they kind of caught my attention. And having run Facebook ads for many years and done lead generation, you know, on various platforms, I did see a lot of people kind of sharing their quiz with me, saying, hey, do you want to find out what this is and how this works and all that kind of stuff? And it just occurred to me that it's really, really an easy way. And we know that a lot of people use quizzes to get data, share it out to people, you know, that maybe they shouldn't do, whatever. And so I kind of thought, well, okay, how do we use quizzes? Because that's part of what we've got in Easy Funnels. We've got a quiz area that we can use. How do we do that in order to get more leads, you know, for business? And so essentially what I've been doing is, over the last few months or so, is thinking about, okay, how do we use the profile, Facebook's new kind of algorithm, which is really focused on video, is very focused on improving your reach. And how do we connect that up with a quiz that's going to make it easy for healers and practitioners and all those types of people to make more money more easily? And also, to be honest, not be online so much, because who wants to live online all the time? And if we can get leads easier, if we can get more income easier and have more fun easier, then that's absolutely cool. So if you are, I'm not sure if anyone on Facebook is there, but hello in Facebook, you can hear me. And if anybody here got any questions, then just let me know. So what we need to do is break down how we can begin to look at these things. And so when I was looking at the lead generation, and this is not for paid. I mean, I do use paid ads for it, but also very much organic as well. Then there were three kind of major hurdles to success. And when I take on a new client and we do a review of their business, and if you look online as well, then what you'll find is that there's a lot of people posting on Facebook in a way that's really unstrategic. You know, they're not posting in any way, shape, or form based on a strategy that there's going to work. So hurdle one is, I call people posting the kind of go nowhere message. So it doesn't matter what's happening with the Facebook algorithm. If we're putting on stuff on Facebook that really doesn't go anywhere, i.e. it doesn't take the prospect anywhere in particular, okay, it just kind of, it's a statement or it's a video and it doesn't take them on anyway. So, you know, this one here, you know, your health might be your biggest priority, either now or later, might as well start now. And I'm sure that we've all seen posts and probably done them on Facebook, but that doesn't do anything. And the good thing about the Facebook algorithm is that it wants to promote you. Okay, it wants to promote you. And so if we can give it things to promote that actually get some kind of interaction, and that's what they're looking for, then it will really work in your favor. Here's another kind of hurdle, which is the kind of, you know, people who stuck in the right content. So they go, hey, get my free course. I've got an appointment setter who wants it for free, all those types of things. And we all do them to a degree, but if they're not strategic based in what's happening in the business, again, they don't kind of really go anywhere. And the issue with that is that we're not giving the algorithm what it wants. And if we feed Facebook, it will feed us back absolutely no problem at all. And because it's, you know, it's in competition with all these other platforms. And finally is that after people do post, even if they're doing something, then they actually don't land them anywhere in order to get a lead. They don't land them anywhere in order to engage with them. They don't land anywhere in order to kind of to do anything to keep that journey going. And so if we can get over these three hurdles, if we can create engaging content that's relevant to our prospects and only relevant to our prospects, if we can create content that really does engage them, and we then give them somewhere to land that keeps engaging them, then what I found in the process I've been working with is that leads are easier, sales are easier, and therefore life is easier. And so what we're going to do is we created a system in order to do that. Now, if you are a poster, so there is this thing going around, you've got to post 3 times a day and all that kind of stuff. And that is also another kind of a type of posting. But the summary of what's happening in a lot of businesses, they've got poor content. They don't have a strategy of focusing on the prospect's biggest challenge. And so when they're posting, it's just kind of noise. They're not really calling out the biggest challenge or the 3 biggest challenges we should do. There's nowhere for the prospect to go, and there's no leads and no sales. So just like this lady on the right, what we tend to do is just post continuously as business owners, and we're just on hamster wheel. We're not actually getting anywhere in any way, shape, or form. So in order to get some traction and to get on that, we need to kind of reverse engineer A, what Facebook wants, B, what our prospects wants, and C, to do it a lot smarter. So that's the good news. So I've been playing around with this for quite a few months now with clients and also my own business, been doing quizzes for a little while. And the combination of the new Facebook algorithm wanting to push our content when we feed it, the combination of ChatGPT being able to shortcut market research, being able to shortcut ways that we can actually really kind of get into the depths of what we're marketing and create lead magnets and all those types of things, and then combined with a quiz, then it really does, it's really shown itself to working brilliantly well. And I think for me, this is going to be one of the main lead generation and sales processes I'm going to be using for the rest of the year, because it just works. It's been working really well, amazingly well on one particular client. And so what we need to do is get strategic. So we need to understand how the Facebook algorithm works, what we need to give it, what we need to feed it. We need to send them into a high converting system. Okay. We don't need to send them just to a website. Okay, you send them to a website that's like a magazine, you're not going to get anything. We need to send them to a high converting system, i.e. a sales funnel, and we need to be able to follow up with them. And when we can do that and we can make it fun and interesting, then there's absolutely no reason that somebody wouldn't want to engage or buy. And I'm going to show you a system that I'm building, have been building, and it's working incredibly well. So let me know if that makes sense. So Dina, Amy, let me know if that makes sense, or if you've got any questions. If you're on Facebook, give me a thumbs up or comment. I'm not sure I can see any comments on Facebook on this one, but let me know if all that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, you're doing a good job.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We all need a pat on the back, don't we?
We do. Oh, and somebody's liking it on Facebook. There you go. Yeah, it's good to know. Good to know. All right, so let's move on. So, okay. So the key, and we're going to get into the strategy now, basically. And the key is to find out your prospects' biggest challenges, and then to post strategically. So that's the first thing you want to do. And you could go on to chat. I'm going to jump onto ChatGPT in a little bit, and I will show you exactly how to do that. But from there, essentially, all we're going to post is we're going to post less, and we're going to post strategically. So if you know that, so Dina, what's your prospect's biggest problem?
By prospect, you mean my potential clients?
Yeah, avatar prospect. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know we use different language sometimes. Well, I haven't got a niche. I actually work with so many different, from sports performance to,
right,
getting over the loss of a loved one or reigniting your relationship, and, so many different things. And I know that niches are very valuable in this type of industry, but probably just believing and understanding, the education of how NLP and hypnosis works would probably be one of the biggest challenges, because a lot of people have fears and misconceptions.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So if you know, so that's great. I'm certainly NLP, people don't know what it stands for, and hypnosis, they don't understand or accept, so there is a level of education there. So what you do is you find out, not you, Dina, particularly, but everyone, we find out our prospects' biggest challenges, and then that's all that we post about. And that's really key, because when we're posting about the challenges people have, and you're asking questions of people and you're getting interaction, that's where the Facebook kind of algorithm begins to kick off. So instead of posting all those different, I've got to post 3 times today, we only post using a reel, using a kind of a testimonial. We can post 5 times a week and get amazing traction on Facebook without a shadow of a doubt. So what we then do after we post is we send them somewhere engaging. And we send them, and I don't know if you're watching this, if you have taken a quiz in any way, shape or form. Over here in the UK, people love a pub quiz. They go on and, spend the evening quizzing up with other people. Online quizzes are massive. as well. So quizzes are a way to engage people. And the reason they work so well is because they are emotionally engaging. I have tested how many questions and what types of questions, and I'm going to take you through that. The key is to know what the prospect's biggest issue is and to frame the questions around that in an interesting way. So there are sources online, so conversion rates, if you're interested. So if you want to get more bang for your buck, basically, in your work, then conversion rates are how many people sign up based on what you're putting. And conversion rates for quizzes are this one here, 33% on average. Neil Patel, you may have heard of, everybody's 50% or higher. And then another one is Interact, which is 48.6. So on average, the conversion rate, a really good conversion rate to cold traffic. So if you're just sending people cold to somewhere, is around, say, 20%, something like that. And that's because they know they're going to get sold to in the end. It's not engaging. They're not really engaged with you for very long. They're just kind of putting their email in and then going. Whereas a quiz converts because it engages people, and that's why it works so well. So these are kind of industry, they're proven, and they work really, really super well. And particularly in a time where people are being sold to a lot online, you want to be the person that's not selling. Okay, you want to be the person that's just is interesting and just offering insights and information before you kind of get the offer. And a quiz is just a really good way to do that. There's a few other reasons, which is what we call personalization. So personalization is about, it calls out the person's issue. So if I was in a room and I called somebody's name, they're going to immediately react to that. Okay, I kind of, out of the crowd, I've made what I'm doing personal to them. And that's what quizzes do. They allow us as business owners to call out the problems and the challenges. And because of that, people feel more connected to you as a business owner. So a quiz with your face next to it, a nice picture with yourself and your family or whatever it is really engaging for people. The next one, research has shown that personalized content, and that's what we're going to get to at the end, is how do we then make our offers personal to the person going through the quiz? We know they're on the quiz because on Facebook, we posted content that is relevant to them. So we know they're the right audience, the right avatar, the right prospect. Then they get on the quiz and they start going through and they start to get engaged. And that means we can guarantee that this person is a good lead for us. And that's really, really important. And then 10 times more likely to send to sign up to just general kind of content. Other reasons, they're inherently more engaging. They provide instant gratification. So a lot of people like to click buttons. They like to know what star sign they are, or what's going to happen next week, or, you know, what dog they look like, or, you know, what they're going to look like. People love online this instant gratification. And the key with a quiz is that that's what they get. They get to answer 4 or 5. 3 questions is not enough. You need to ask them 4 or 5 or even 6 questions they're able to click on. By the time they're really moving through that, they're kind of engaged. You know, they're enjoying it. And internally, they're looking for the results. They're looking to get the result of whatever it is. And as they're going through, as it says here, you've got increased commitment to get the answer. So as they go through, this is why the sign-up rates are just so huge, because we're engaging a part of us that is curious. And they're the 2 bits. They're the 2 elements that make up the reason why quizzes make money, basically, and that we as business owners can use them to segment people, to engage people, to get them to have fun. And curiosity and personalization is the way that we do it. So hopefully, Dina, that makes sense. And if you are on Facebook, then give me a like if that makes sense as well. So what we want to do is we want to make life easier. We want to do what we love, do what we enjoy. We don't want to spend time on online and on Facebook and social media doing stuff that we don't enjoy. So what we want to do, just go here. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to be able to supercharge, essentially. And that's a great AI image from Midjourney. I love Midjourney. So what we want to do is we want to take those elements and put them in and make sure that we're able to supercharge the whole system. And that's where ChatGPT comes in. So what we want to do is we want to go to, and I've got a really good sheet I can share with you if you're interested. But essentially what we do is we go over to ChatGPT and we begin to work with it. And I've got a system and a process, and we begin to ask it about our business, about our avatar. And the thing we need to do in order to make this work so well, and the conversion rates, and if I just pop up here, I think the conversion rate, the conversion rate here on one quiz that we had was 69%. On another page, we had 78%. On another page, we had 55%. This is all within Easy Funnels, so split testing pages and that type of thing. So these are massive conversions. And the reason is we use ChatGPT to reverse engineer exactly what was going on. Yep, I will share that. So that's these rates here are just crazy. So if you were, it cuts your cost and the time and effort it takes to get a client and a lead by 2/3, which is just absolutely brilliant. Let's move down. So just about 10 minutes left. So how do we use ChatGPT? Let's move over here. Okay. All right. So let me share my worksheet with you. So this is actually a Google Doc. And what we do is before we do anything with ChatGPT, we need to prime it. And I don't know if you're watching on replay, let me know if you want a copy of this Google Sheet. Dina, I will share it with you as well. But let's go over to ChatGPT and have a look. So let's go over to here. We're going to go on to Google Docs. Should have had that open before. I thought I did. My browser shut. And ChatGPT. All right. So what we do before we do anything with ChatGPT is we prime it. Yeah, just making sure they can see that. Yeah. So you can tell ChatGPT to act as to be an expert in a certain thing. Bear with me. There we go. It's worksheets I need. So what we do is, I don't know if people are familiar with ChatGPT. Dina, are you familiar with ChatGPT?
Yes, even though I haven't utilized it, I go back and forth on whether or not I want to get involved with AI just because of, the lack of learning. That's a different discussion. Using something else to create everything that you want, but I know it's easier.
Yeah, it's also the fact it kind of frees you up as well, and
yes,
and that for me is the most important thing. I mean, I think the the IQ of AI of this is about 150, something like that, which is a lot more than I've got if I were to measure my IQ. So it's really good if you can understand a strategy that you want to create, and then but you don't want to do all the work with it. And so I'll share this with you, Dina. But essentially what we do is this is a Google Doc that I use. And once we primed ChatGPT so that it knows our business, we then create our quiz from there. And from there, we then create our offer. So if you go into ChatGPT and you just ask it to do something without priming it, then it's not going to be anywhere as good. It won't give us the results that we want. So what we do here is we take, so this is an example of if I was saying that my avatar is women over 50, and essentially if you have copy of the sheet, just swap out your own prospect avatar, whatever we call it. So this is for women over 50. Their niche is weight loss. The product is a 30-day weight loss challenge, and their primary goal is to lose weight. And what we do is we copy that, we go over to here. And we put it into ChatGPT. And what we do is we tell it to act as an expert that we want help with our business with this avatar. Let's hope it behaves itself, eh? So we go, hi, I am creating, giving background. I'm creating a business. These are my information that I need help with. Do you understand these. I put yes or no. And hopefully it'll go, yeah. Okay, so there you go. So we primed it. So it knows who our market is. It knows kind of exactly what we want it to do. So you say, I need help. And we'll add some prompts in. Please act as my business and marketing expert. Right. So what it's doing there is it knows exactly what we want to do, and it's going to kind of go into its database and it's going to do that magic for us. Okay. So do my best. So what we then do is go to Google Sheet, and what we're doing, you can use this for sales pages. We're using it for quizzes, but you can use it for anything. So essentially we need to then get an understanding of our avatar's problems and primary goals. And what we're doing here is we are going to get answers, but we're also priming it. Okay, we're also, before we kind of doing anything, before we do a sales page, we ask it a whole bunch of questions about telling it about our particular area. So it knows that if it's in these brackets, that it's going to go with this. So we don't have to keep typing it. There you go. Okay, so it's coming up with a whole load of problems. Now, when we do our quiz, to make it as seamless as possible, then it needs to know to include some or if not all of these in some way, shape or form. So we're going to go down. I'll just do one more and then we will, I wouldn't normally do this so quickly with a quiz, but remember that the product is a 30-day weight loss challenge. Could be anything at all. And again, what it's doing, it's priming itself. It's kind of telling itself, and it's telling us what it's doing. And so as we go through, we go, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And that's cool. Okay. So what we then do is, and I wouldn't normally do this as early. I'd do a whole bunch of these other prompts beforehand. So lots of challenges. There's still more.
Goodness, there's a lot of information.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And what you could do is what you would use, not exactly the same as on a sales page.
I know. I can see all the content that they come up with, and it's excellent.
Yeah. So from there, we are also now let's just let's do the quiz. So we got a prompt here. And again, I would normally build this out a little bit more. So here, what we're saying is, I need to create a quiz for my avatar to highlight issues they have and offer my service. The quiz is for those who have primary goal and help them solve the problem. I need 5 questions, 2 options per questions. Make the questions focused and leading to motivate them to buy my service and product. Okay. So what it's doing then is now going to give us the questions. We primed it in, we've asked it to be a marketing expert, so it is. We've asked it to be a business expert, so it is. We've primed it in that we know it understands our market and their problems, and it's taking that information and it's then going and it's going to make it into a quiz. Okay. We're going to then take that quiz and put it online, essentially. When we do posting on social media, these are the things that we post about. And these are the things we post about and nothing else. And so what we can do is ask ChatGPT again, is to create a marketing plan in order to do that. We're not going to do that today, but that's what we do. So it is just the reason that this is so good is that it creates a complete lack of friction. Okay. So what we can say is, I want my prospect to have some fun. Now, you might not do it with weight loss, right? Have some fun doing the quiz. Can you update the questions? And I'm not sure I would do this on weight loss, but there you go. So it's kind of, which describes your weight loss journey, rocky. So it adds a bit of humor in. So this is pretty good, actually. So in terms of doing have you seen that?
I like it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So So what happens is when they're and this is why lead generation with quizzes is so seamless. It's when you make it fun and when you make it interesting, and that's when your conversion rates go through the absolute roof. And that's why it's so cool. So I would use this, you know, I'd read it through properly, if you like. And from there, then we're going to say, okay, great, thank you. And there's the next prompt is we're going to go, because it now knows more about our business. I would do more of these prompts, excuse me, before I did this, just to really make it as seamless as possible. But the next prompt is, we're going to say, hey, can now create specific different offers that somebody will buy based on how they answer the questions. These are, we can say digital products, which we can obviously make ChatGPT make them, right? These are digital products. Please give them fun names and a cool description. I think it can rewrite. Right. Okay. So interesting, isn't it? So these are what it's suggesting, which is if somebody now what we need to do is we need to make slightly different, which is please suggest which products the person should be recommended. Excuse my typing. Based on the answers they give. Because what we want to happen, we want to have people to have fun. We want them to be on Facebook and go, oh yeah, that's me. So strategic posting. Then we want them to go onto our website. We want them to go onto, you know, our sales funnel and find a cool, fun quiz to do that's inspiring and a little bit of a laugh. Then what we want to do is, based on their answers, we want to recommend a particular product. And this is where it gets cool. So let's see what it says. Okay, so here we go. Right. So, and this is where in EasyFunnels we program, you can do it in other things, but EasyFunnels is obviously my platform. So, what we do is we program, we say, okay, if somebody answers A to that, then we're going to offer them this product. If they answer B to question 2, they're more likely to buy this product. Does that make sense? So what happens is it becomes a process where we're leading them off Facebook into a quiz. They're having fun doing the quiz and it's kind of interesting and cool. And then we're offering them the specific product based on their questions and what they're feeding in. And what they're getting is something that's totally tailored to them. And that's why it works so well. So the curiosity is, hey, yeah, what am I? Am I a rocky road? Am I a this? Am I that? Whatever it is. And on the landing page, it says, hey, you're a rocky road or whatever. We'd like to make you this offer. And it will be, and what we can say here is, I wouldn't do it, whatever. But what we can say is, please create the first page. So of course, ChatGPT can then create the thing of the offer. Let's see what it says. So here's an example. There you go. Haha, crazy. Crazy, but cool. So there you go. So what you can then do in the background is build that out into a course, build it out and sell it, basically. They can do that. So if we go back to, so Dina, does that make sense? You're the only one here. I got people on Facebook, but I can't see their reaction.
Oh yeah. You know, I can see the benefit of all of this. You virtually don't have to think anymore. It just comes up with all the ideas and you can pick out what works for you the best.
Yeah.
I think organizing it and setting it up is the hardest part for me. It's not, I mean, this obviously does the work for you. So you're doing excellent. Thanks for sharing this.
Cool. If you're on Facebook as well, let me know it makes sense. So where we're getting to is that we know that the Facebook algorithm wants to give our profile a kick. It wants to share it. We know that when we post strategically, we're going to highlight essentially our prospects. And what we can do even here is, can you create 5 Facebook posts based on my avatar to get engagement, which is a yes. Oh, there we go. There you are. Nice to see you. So essentially that's what so essentially what we've got here is, there you go. So this is what, and this is then what we would post. Okay. We then on Facebook, we post and ask questions and engagement. We would then take them off Facebook onto a platform. We use Easy Funnels and create a fun way that they're doing it. And afterwards, we would then make them an offer, basically. And it would be a one-time offer. And on the page, there would be some kind of timer. Okay. And this is how a coach that we've been working with, we did this over a weekend. She made $2,500, $2,500, just based on the type of thing we're doing here. So let's go back to here. So if we go, this is how we supercharge it. So I hope people can see this properly. So I love my Midjourney images, my AI images. So essentially on the left-hand side, what we've got is here, we have all of the different traffic. We're focused into Facebook, but essentially you can send people to your quiz from an email, from Pinterest. I have a podcast and I get leads from my podcast. I've got products that lead off my podcast as well. So, and YouTube videos, whatever it be, they're going to come and land on the quiz. The quiz is going to be fun and interesting. And they're going to go through, there's going to be at least 5 questions. If there's 10 questions is too long, they're sitting there going, oh God, 5 questions, 6 questions is perfect. And depending on their answers, they then get made a different offer. And that's the cool bit of it. Or they get offered a Zoom call if you're offering coaching, if you're offering, I love digital products and memberships. That's where I'm kind of headed to. So if you're a coach or a trainer, offer them a Zoom call and an offer with that type of thing. But one of the main things I think this is so good for is some kind of low cost offer, which might be $5, it might be $27. It's not going to be $65. It's not going to be $100, but initially. But once they've gone through here, one of the key things is that people start to see that they do have a problem. So if you go through, and even if it's funny, it still shows them that they have a problem. They go, yeah, I do have a problem. And the language on the page, are you still struggling? All that type of thing. Then offering them something here for say $7 on this first page, that's almost a no-brainer. If they've gone through Facebook, then they've gone through the quiz. And the next thing is an order bump, which is another $10, and a percentage will take that. You then create product based on their answers here. What we're going to do is we're going to add in different products, and a $5 product here might end up, an average order I had when I started at $5 ended up being at $50. And because this is so little friction going through here, people do buy. They buy here, or they go and do a Zoom, or they go in and opt into your email list. What you can then do with your email list is put them back here. So you've got some kind of follow-up. And we use MailerLite. If anybody knows, it's free, it's nothing to do with me. But we recommend MailerLite for an email list. Okay, Dina, does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah, I've understood a lot about the funneling and the way you build into, more sales and the way you connect and all that stuff. It's actually doing it. It's actually doing it. And I've had an issue with actually getting legitimate emails in my funnel without it being spam. That's been an issue with me because I've been using Aweber, and you can only put so many. I've got thousands of emails that I have connected with personally, but you can't just put them in.
Oh, right. Yeah, you should be able to. I know with MailerLite, you can upload them in a CSV file and you just say, yeah, I've collected these authentically, if you like. And
really?
Yeah. I'll send you the link to it. And they're brilliant.
You're a good man, Mr. David Marshall.
They're a great company as well. They're not, I don't get anything out of it. They're just really good. So, okay. So let's go through this. Let's go through an anxiety one, just about 5 minutes now. We'll finish off. So essentially this is an anxiety quiz that we came up with. And the first question would be, do you experience persistent worry or fear that interferes with a daily life? Yes, no, rarely, never. You know, do you have physical symptoms like trembling or sweating? As we go, do you avoid situations? And based on that and the information I put into Mr. ChatGPT, then we came up with these special offers. If people answered yes, then they're going to be offered a free anxiety assessment. So that would go to Zoom in some way, shape, or form. If people answer yes to question 4, excuse me, apologies. Question 4 is yes. Is there a traumatic event? Then they would be offered the free consultation. If they offered yes to number 5, do you avoid situations? Then they would be offered a therapy workbook to help them gradually overcome their fear and anxiety. You can see where it goes, basically. So the thing about having seamlessness is by the time they get to buy this, then they're kind of almost grateful. And that's the cool bit. You know, you're not selling anything. What you're doing is guiding, having a bit of fun along the way. That's poignant fun. You know, it makes them think, excuse me. And when you're doing that, it just works brilliantly well. So the funnel that we end up with is this type of thing, which is there's traffic coming in, another cool image. There's quiz created based on priming ChatGPT a lot more than I did already, coming up with offers, and also then coming up with the low cost offer, and or then they go through to Calendly or whatever it is. And this, I had a client who was absolutely smashing it. Now I've gone off to write a book, but absolutely amazing. And this essentially will form the basis of everything that I do over the next year. I think it's just it's like a perfect storm. We've got Facebook really wanting to promote, and we know how that works. We've got ChatGPT where we can create so much more quickly. And we know that quizzes and having a fast platform like EasyFunnel or something like that works really, really well. All right. So that is the end. So if you are on a couple of people on Facebook, I'm not sure I can see anything. So I've got an offer, Dina, but do you have any questions first of all?
Well, I've got too many. But I understand everything that you're doing. It's just actually, I mean, you just created a whole entire, system within 30 minutes here. So obviously it can be done, and it can be done simply if you're focused on what you want to market and ask the right questions and then line it up right. So, so can I hire you?
Yeah, is the answer. Yeah. So this is, I've got a lot of people who are on the replay. Anyone live, but that's cool. It's all good. So this is the offer, okay, which is we're going to build the quiz and do the research and help craft the offer. This is essentially a 4-week intensive coaching program, and it will be hosted on EasyFunnels. All you pay then is hosting after that. So essentially, we're going to build the quiz. Going to give you 4 weeks of coaching. If there's 2 people in there, we'll do it for 2 people. If there's 1, if there's 10, we'll do it for 10. All right. So it's totally cool. Going to then plan your social media. Going to help craft your offer. We're going to do training on ChatGPT. We're going to give you some sales. I'm going to give you some sales funnels training. We're going to add all that to your funnel. The only thing that you're going to have to do is, think about with me, okay, do what offers you've got, and we're going to line those up so that you can make some money, kind of out of that. It might be that you're a coach or a trainer, or you want to do a product. Totally cool. I also have something called the Online Sales Accelerator, which is launching in about a week and a half. So people get lifetime access to that. And that is a whole bunch of training that I update a lot. It's a really good kind of membership program that people pay for, that you can have for free. And we're going to have a good one-to-one session for a good hour or so. So that is, the cost is there. It's everything set up. And essentially from there, the back end of the year, you can begin to make some money. We're going to keep this offer for 7 days because I don't want like there won't be hundreds of people. That's silly. I do not want 50 people in it. Okay, because it's too, I like to be able to give some kind of quality. So the most that we will take will be 15, absolute maximum. And even if it ends up just being 5, I'm totally cool with that. That's absolutely fine. So that's what we're going to do. So just to summarize that, we're going to build your quiz. You're going to have 4 weeks of coaching in a group, and after that, I will support you anyway. We're going to plan your social media, going to help craft your main offer, give you training on ChatGPT, sales funnels training, going to show you how that works, how to manage that, how to make money out of all that stuff. We're going to add this to a funnel. All you need is a domain name, and we're going to attach that into Easy Funnels. Were you waving there, Dina?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I have to go right now. I've got a client coming in, but I'll be back with you. Okay.
I'll follow up with you. It's lovely.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you. Good. Have
Lovely to
a
meet
good time
you
with your
too.
client.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. Okay. We're finishing up as well. So that's the offer, everybody. So if you're watching this on replay, then drop me a link, comment below wherever you are to see if you're interested in the offer. And essentially, we're going to do it for about 10 or 15 people over the next 7 days. If there's only 5, there's 5. If there's 20, there's 20. There's 15, there's 15, and that's absolutely fine. So hopefully, what you realized, and we're calling this a smart business builder because it works so well, that you're able to really smash your goals over the next part of 2023. So that's it, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for those that are live. Thanks for people on Facebook. If you're on a recording, thanks for watching, and I will speak to you soon. That's it. Take care.